Hello, my name is Andre Tidwell, and I am here with the Peace Pop crew with,
John Sullivan.
Caitlin Richards.
and today we are going to talk about an old topic, but in my opinion, a funny topic: Shaq versus Damian Lillard. Now, if you haven't heard about this, you have been living under a sports rock.
Me.
Yeah. or your Caitlin. That too.
But there's a beef between Shaq and Damian Lillard because Damian Lillard went on the Joe Budden podcast and said he was a better rapper than Shaq. And Shaq responded with a diss track, not recorded by an engineer. And
No.
then Dame responded with a diss track, recorded with an engineer.
And a hard beat.
And then Dame responded again because he didn't feel that he won or got the consensus that he won the first round. So he responded again with "I rest my case." And then Shaq tried to come with a second round knockout, but he didn't. Only thing he knocked out was basically himself because he didn't have an engineer and it wasn't as good as the
It sounded like he recorded in a shoebox. It was not good. It was really not good. I think Shaq just like holds up his iPhone to his mouth and like maybe cups it with his other hand to like try and trap some of the sound or something. I don't know though. Honestly, Shaq's hands are big enough that they may be a recording studio. Like, you could probably record an album in Shaq's palm if you wanted to. You ever seen him try to fit inside of one of those, what does he sell? What car is Infinities? What is he slinging? Altimas? I can never remember.
I swear he had a Kia commercial.
Kia. It might be Kia. I don't know, but he does not fit in them cars. Whichever one it is, he does not fit. No, it's Buick. Shaq sells Buicks. That's right. And he does not fit in them. And it's very funny. He also sells the General. Get me on a commercial, Shaq. Please. No, but this rap beef is hilarious. The NBA has been struggling recently, and this is something that is funny about the NBA that we get to look at. And, of course, I love the fact that it started with Joe Budden. Like, that in and of itself.
Tell the people who Joe Budden is because most likely nobody knows who that is.
Joe Budden's like an old rapper. He doesn't he has some songs, but
I think everybody that at least in our generation has heard the song "Pump It Up," correct?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and like he has a couple of like noticeable songs, but you'd be like, "Yo, who wrote this?" And then it's like, "Oh, Joe Budden, what?" But like, he's most notable as of late for chasing people who video him in the street. It's like, "Hey, yo, that's Joe Budden," and then you film him, and then he chases you down wearing a white T-shirt. That's the most noticeable thing
Well,
about
when
him
you go
recently.
to somebody's house and says Drake, I don't know what the dude exactly said, but he said something about Drake because they had
I know, yeah.
And then, like, I totally understand why he chased him.
Oh, I do too, man. It's just funny though. I mean,
Yeah.
I would hate it if I was famous and people came up to me and were like, "Hey, yo, remember that kid who used to punch you in the face in preschool?" I'd be like, "I'm coming for you now," but like it's funny, man. It's just funny that he chased that dude down. He
But that
jumped
was
on
a
car.
while ago, though.
Oh, I
But
know.
now he has like a top podcast
Yeah,
on
he is-
Spotify,
yeah.
killing it. Shout out to Joe Budden. Let's give him this.
Yes, applause. He is. No, he's got a. And wasn't he in that interview with the Migos where they stood
Yeah.
up? Was that him and Academics? Wasn't it?
Academics,
and the
yeah.
Migos like stood up and flexed on him. Did they flex on Joe or Academics? I can't remember.
It basically was Joe because he walked out the interview.
Yes, yeah, he walked out the interview. That's right. Yeah. All right, I remember that too. That was like 4 years ago, something like that. But yeah, I love this rap beef. We're waiting on round 3. I think it's funny though that Shaq responded with a clearly very poorly taped but funny disc track, and Dame had to come back with 2 to feel like he won. That's not,
Well, Dame came out with his back to back. It was because Shaq responded first, so Dame just
Yeah.
responded to Shaq.
Oh yeah, but then he came with a second one because he was like, "Oh, I don't think I won that round."
No, it's not. He didn't think it's everybody else wasn't saying that Dame won, so that's why he had to say, "I rest my case."
I guess, but I mean, to me, that just seems like, I don't know. It's like Jay-Z did not come out with a second song after takeover?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
It
he
was
did?
called Super Ugly.
Oh, wait.
And he said he put condoms on people's baby seats, and no, everybody was like, nope.
Oh, no.
No.
I did not know he came out with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. Now I got a new one to listen to. I'm a big Jay fan, but I feel like that one's not going to be one that I play often.
It's not.
All right. I got to listen to it after the pod, man. I'm a big Jay fan, but I like the Hard Knock Life. I like that song. That beat's good. That's a good beat. It's interesting too. It's just a weird sample. Yeah, it's a weird sample. It's I know it's an Annie sample, but it's just a weird sample. All right, but now we have speaking of the NBA and everything, we're going to talk about the NBA and China a little bit. I mean, we don't want to get too into anything aggressive, but
Because we might get clipped. So
yeah, exactly. You never know. China got shooters, bro.
I don't want no issues with China.
I don't either.
We don't have anything against China.
No.
We're just talking about what's been in the news lately. Let's make that clear.
Exactly. China got shooters. I don't want them.
So tell the people what's been going on with NBA, specifically Houston versus China.
Yeah, so Daryl Morey, he's the manager of the Rockets.
General
manager of the Rockets, the Houston Rockets, which is the second most popular NBA team in China, behind the Warriors, just because everybody is a bandwagon of the Warrior franchise in some way, shape, or form. But the Houston Rockets is the second most popular team in China. And Daryl Morey tweeted about the protests that have been going on in Hong Kong over all sorts of things. I mean, some ethnic issues. The Chinese have been locking ethnic groups in basic prison camps. They enforce control over Hong Kong, even though it's technically its own like government area. But the Chinese try to enforce their will. And Daryl Morey tweeted his support for the Hong Kong protesters. Like what was it, like 5-6 days ago, something like that?
Yeah.
He tweeted his support for the Chinese protesters like 5 or 6 days ago. Just saying, you know, like, we understand what you're going through and we're backing you from the United States. And he was forced to take that tweet down very, very, very quickly. I mean, within a half hour, that tweet was gone. But it sparked this whole big thing where the NBA has been massively quiet on China and has been having exhibition games in China against Chinese teams, but just completely ignoring the massive protests that are going on with literally millions of people in a regime that is a communist totalitarianism regime. And it's just, I mean, it's not a great look for the NBA, which has always touted itself as the league that is above shut up and dribble, you know, like they say we take a hardline stance on all these political issues. We take a hardline stance on brutality, that kind of thing. But then they've stayed largely quiet on the China issue while playing games in China. What do you got to say, Andre?
Well, for people who don't know, here's the tweet that Daryl Morey sent out. He said, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong."
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we were. I mean, I didn't see the original tweet. I don't follow Daryl Morey, but he has been a guest on some podcasts that I enjoy. And he seems like a well-read, intelligent fella. He's clearly the general manager of a pro sports team, which is a big deal. And I personally don't see anything wrong with that. I mean,
now the thing is, the reason why it's such an issue because over there in China, there's a country that's ruled.
Oh yeah.
And what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, a totalitarianism way, like I said earlier.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like they control. They don't have free access to the internet, news. Right. Their newspapers and radio stations are all government run, that kind of thing. So.
But the reason why that's an issue because you're the NBA supposed to be the one that perceives yourself or tries to promote yourself as the one that we are the ones that say stand up for your rights and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're against shut up and dribble.
But they're shutting up and dribbling now.
Yes, that's what.
Because why? Because they're if they lose this, they're gonna lose like $1 billion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a money issue right now, and it's like you know, like, I think it was a Fox News anchor, like you said, she said, shut up and dribble to LeBron. And it was a whole big thing about the NBA. We take stances on social issues. We're a bunch of scholar athletes who made it to the highest level, and we can have opinions on this kind of thing. But right now, like you said, they're just shutting up and dribbling because they're dribbling for $1 billion. It's like, well, they've clearly showed that they're willing to do that if it's monetarily in their favor.
But that's what it's all about, though, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, I know. The world revolves around money. We don't kind of talk about that, Andre.
But the reason
Cream.
why, yeah,
Cream, baby. Cash rules everything around me.
get the money, dollar bill.
Bill, y'all.
But
There we go.
But still, the reason why it's so like interesting, and people so outraged, is because they think that the NBA is really supposed to presides by this stance of we're standing up. But in reality, they're all about money. It's not.
Oh yeah, they're a business.
Yeah.
The whole public outrage thing is a result of social media, and this wouldn't be as big of a deal. Well, it, first of all, wouldn't even happen if Daryl Morey doesn't tweet. We wouldn't know as much about Hong Kong if it wasn't for social media and the fact that all that is coming out through social media. But I mean, it's just, it's a money thing. They are a business at the end of the day. So in a business sense, they're handling this the way they should be. But if it weren't for the fact that they had come out, a year ago and said, no, we take a hard line on social issues, we're able to say things about it, then it wouldn't be an issue. If they had just handled that the same way and been like, we're about business, then it would have been fine.
But that was about money too, though.
Yeah, I know.
Over here, that's big nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's another conversation.
The NFL lost a ton of people to the Kaepernick kneeling thing, and then it lost a ton of people to Kaepernick not getting a job following that, because people were like, well, if he can't get a job in that league, then I don't want to support it. People burn Nikes over a shoe design. But, let's move on, get our co-host Caitlin more involved. She's just been sitting here watching us go back and forth.
I've enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've seen her out the corner of my eye nodding and stuff like, hey, he's making a good point. Thank you. Thank you for sitting through that. But here, let's move on to Target talk. Our girl Caitlin went to Target last night. I saw on her Instagram story. She said she was on what was it?
Pinterest.
Yeah, Pinterest for like 5 minutes, and then she had to just get up and leave because she had to redecorate the house. So let's hear it. What'd you buy? I saw a cart full of some leaves. What else?
And some pumpkin decorations.
Oh, cute. How cute.
Yeah. So I
Do they have faces or not?
No.
Okay. Are you going to carve faces? Are they like plastic pumpkins? What's the deal? Give us the full
a quilted
rundown.
pumpkin. No, these are for like the
Ooh.
fireplace
So
mantle.
they're soft?
Like decoration, yes. Plaid.
Ooh.
Very cute.
How much?
It was okay. So I bought like a container of like 5 separate mini pumpkins that are different colors.
Adorable.
For the fireplace mantle as well. And
You
then
have a fireplace?
yeah.
Tight.
And then that like quilted pumpkin too that's supposed to be on the fireplace mantle.
I like the sound effects.
And so it was supposed to be $3 each. I rang both of them up and got it for $1.78.
Wow. That is
Gosh,
frugal.
I love Target.
Why does Target just give stuff away at this point? I don't get it.
I think there was like an error in the ringing up process.
Which Target did you go to?
North Hills.
North Hill's good. I got to
Yep.
hit up there after this. Maybe get some for home.
It's not good that I live like kind of across the street.
Yeah,
from
I know.
there.
Me and you live really close. I live like 5-6 minutes away
Yeah.
driving, and you live like a block away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live too close. We should not be close enough to Target. for
Like
that.
yesterday, I had back-to-back classes all day, so I'm like, I'm gonna
Go home, de-stress.
and look on Pinterest. And,
And
then the
then
fall
5
weather,
minutes in.
like the
Oh,
fall
God,
weather
it's
has made me
beautiful
all
out.
about fall.
Oh, it's
anyhow.
beautiful out.
So I was looking like fall outfits, fall
Andre's got a jacket in his lap,
decorations.
but not in here. It's a warm room, but I mean, you need it out there right now.
I hate fall and spring. At least the beginning.
Oh my god!
All right, mute him.
Wow.
He's the engineer, but I want him to mute himself. Mute you.
No.
Do you have
All right.
allergies?
But
Yeah, I feel that
it's
part.
bipolar weather season, man. I gotta
No,
come
that's
out,
true.
I gotta come out the house in pants and then switch to
Yes,
shorts when I
yeah,
get out
yeah.
of class. Like I hate this.
Yeah. Well, being as big as I am, the people at home can't see me, but I'm a hefty fella. I'm 6'6", 270. Working on that, but I'm 270 right now. But I just wear shorts wherever I go because I got that little layer of blubber to keep me warm if it's cold in the classroom I'm headed to. But yeah, no, I gotta go to that Target on the way home.
Yeah, you
hit
do.
them up because this won't come out till tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna have it set up for my fiance when she gets home. She's gonna be like, "Oh, it's so cute." So
Oh, yeah,
thanks for the heads
right
up.
when you walk in the door.
Oh yeah.
Right when you walk.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
no,
door,
we
right
have a
there, those
nice
little $3
living
clearance
room.
things.
I'm gonna set it up. It's gonna look cool. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get some of those leaves too. How much were the leaves?
The leaves were $4.99 a piece.
Each leaf?
It's the
Is it a
branches.
strand? Okay, it's a
It's like
strand.
little branches.
I was like, wait,
$4.99 a leaf.
what? Per
I'm looking
leaf?
for like really cute lights that I can string across the fireplace mantle, but then like the leaves.
What color do you want them to
would
be?
be like just a pretty clear, but not like the too yellow, not the warm
Ooh,
clear
you know
lights.
what you could do that I think would look pretty? This is about to be a Pinterest thing that may or may not work. All right, here's what you do. You take those leaves and you like take some sort of like maybe even green yarn or something and wrap it around the wiring for the lights.
That's what I was gonna
So it
do.
looks like
Like garland.
Yeah, like garland. And
Yeah.
but then you take the leaves and you either tape or glue them to the back or to like the lights to the back of the leaves.
So it's like they're glowing.
So it's like the leaves are glowing
Yeah.
and just hanging from their own little
See,
branch.
that's what I had in mind.
Okay, look at us. We just fist bump for the people at home. We're on the same page here.
But then
We are
I
creatives.
I also want to
Andre,
get
what
like,
would you do with these leaves? Give us your influence.
I would not buy the leaves first of all.
because he doesn't like fall.
Oh, you're right. I forgot. You're supposed to be muted. Shh. I'm just kidding.
I'm an engineer. I cannot.
I'm going to just unplug your mic because the mic plugs are facing me.
Look, I was trying to find a cute set of little ghost lights. Like
Oh,
little
yeah.
ghosties.
Oh, that look
And
like little
so-
ghosts.
Yeah,
Okay, I
and
feel
so
that.
there was a little container of them for only $8, and so I was like, perfect. And
Were they broken?
So I opened it. No, it's like itty bitty little ghost. Like you
that
wouldn't even
doesn't
be able to
work.
tell what it is. It's just like a glowing blob.
Boo. Literally.
I was just about to say that.
Andre, hit us with that. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. All right. All right. Well, continuing with fall, are you done with Target actually?
I'm
Did
going
you-
back there today because I wasn't finished. But I'm done with the Target talk.
Yes. Yeah, I feel you. Me too. All right. I'm going there as well. I'm also done with Target talk. Andre, do you like the big circle, the big red circle with the small one inside of it?
No, I'm not saying I don't like it. I just don't go as often as you guys do anyway.
Well, I just get prescriptions for the most part, but today I'm gonna go get some of those pumpkins because I got a girl at home who would like them.
Yeah.
Every girl
Yeah.
loves a pumpkin.
Every girl does love a pumpkin.
And that's why I'm single, because I ain't going to worry about buying pumpkins. There we go. Hold on. Clap for me.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, you
Look.
know what you like.
I will tell you, at Harris Teeter though,
Oh yeah.
they have huge pumpkins.
No,
like farm
I've seen
pumpkins
them.
for
Are you talking that
$4.99.
Harris Teeter that's like right across the street there, the North Hills Harris Teeter, that's in the basement of that building?
No.
No, because
not
they
the one
have
in the
them.
parking deck.
The parking deck one has them out front as well. And I got to tell you something. Those are incredibly easy to steal. I have no pumpkins right now. I'm not going to be stealing any pumpkins from them anytime soon. But if you just wanted to roll up with a van and you were like, say, a pumpkin thief who wanted to sell them at your own pumpkin patch, you could roll up with a van with a sliding door, jump out, and you could probably throw like 15, 20 of them hoes in there before,
Okay. Speaking
before
of,
somebody grabs you and says no.
I was
My bad. Oh, my bad. 15, 20 of them pumpkins in there.
15 to 20 pumpkins.
All right,
I
go
was
ahead.
talking with this girl this week, actually. I will not say her name because I'm not going to rat her out. But she said that she leaves Harris Teeter and she makes sure like nobody's around and she literally just picks up a pumpkin and goes.
Oh, that's dirty. That's foul.
What? I would
Come on.
never be able. I would always feel like somebody's
Harris
like,
Teeter
gotta
is
be out
my
to get
family
me.
grocery store and has been since I was a young lad. So I couldn't do it to him like that.
You need
Food
to
Lion,
go-
on the other hand.
Oh, I don't like Food Lion.
Food Line's like the Walmart of grocery stores. I feel no remorse for them.
You need to go to the Harris Teeter.
Andre's just over there laughing.
You need to go to the Harris Teeter that's across from the Walgreens, like on Millbrook, like Creedmoor Road
Yeah.
and Millbrook. Okay, they have good
I'm not
pumpkins.
stealing any pumpkins, but I'm gonna buy one for sure.
Yeah, you should go buy.
I
They're
might go buy. I might
huge.
go buy one today. Actually,
Do it.
bring it home, set up a little fall feature for my fiance.
Yeah.
All right, but now, like we said, fall. You know, it was fall break for us last week. Did you do anything
48
fun?
hours of it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's ridiculous that they call it a break.
It's not a break.
It's not. We get 2 days, and then we get. Oh, you also get the other 2 days of the weekend. Oh, thank you, school. Generous of you.
No,
But-
I just stayed home and studied and caught up on work, unlike you who actually did something fun and
I did.
folly.
I did. Well, Andre, did you do anything
Jealous.
fun first? Because mine's a story.
Oh man, you can go ahead with
He doesn't
your
like fall.
adventure.
Why would he do anything for fall break?
Well, I don't mean. I mean, maybe. Who knows? What if he went to Cancun? What if he went? What if he was like, I'm so against fall, I'm going to the farthest away from fall place, or he just went to like Antarctica. He's like, I'm getting very far away from the North Americas where there's.
Why would I go to Antarctica?
I don't know, bro. There's no allergies there. Nothing grows. You don't have to see the leaves. Nothing's growing. I'm making a convincing argument for this. All right, catch Andre in Antarctica starting next week. Okay, now on to
Starting
me. He's gonna be chilling with the penguins. All right, now on to me and my fall break trip.
Oh my God.
Sorry. My fiance and I, Logan, and our puppy Charlie. Pup date on Charlie. He's getting bigger every day. But anyways, we went to Asheville. Well, we originally went to the Pisgah National Forest to camp. And so I did a ton of research before we left. And it said anywhere within the park grounds, or within the park grounds, you can camp. You just have to be 500 feet away from a roadway. So I put in the Pisgah National Forest, and Google Maps pointed me to the closest edge of the forest. I was like, tight. This is where we're going. We drove up. We had a beautiful drive up. We went through the Blue Ridge Parkway. It was gorgeous. We had a lot of fun. Then we get there, and we're driving through this town, and Google Maps is like, all right, you're here. I was like,
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
No, Google. No, we're not. We're not in the forest. There's a Sitco right there. This is not the forest. And and so then for the next 3 hours, we drove around looking for the forest. And Google Maps was telling me I was within the confines of the forest, but I would drive along a dirt road like, all right, this looks promising. We'd
is
go
a
like
horror
20
movie.
minutes along a dirt road, and then bam, there'd be like another house. And I'd be like, are you serious? How are people living in the forest? This doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be allowed to live in a national forest. So finally, I admitted defeat after a short but very bitter mental breakdown. I admitted defeat, and I typed in the ranger station on my phone. And so that led us to the campgrounds, which I hadn't wanted to camp at anyways because I wanted to be far from people. I just wanted to chill with my fiance and dog and like be able to walk around with no one there and do whatever I wanted. And so we get there, and we're driving along deeper into the forest, the actual forest, not people's backyards anymore. And as we're going in, a bear actually ran in front of my car, ran across the road. It was really cool to see. He just kept on trucking right up the hill. You know, he didn't stop for nothing, but it was cool watching him run right in front of the car like that. My Subaru has never been happier. I have a Subaru Outback. It was cruising through back roads. I was even doing a little bit of drifting, you know, like I was a rally car driver. I hit the finish flick on him a little bit. Y'all don't know what that is.
Man, you had the perfect mountain experience.
No, I know. It was so much fun. But here's the thing. Because of our shenanigans when it came to finding an actual forest, which somehow was hard to find, it was almost dark by the time we got to setting up camp. We found our little campsite. Somebody had been camping there previously because they had set up a fire pit for us. But it had been raining in the area. It was supposed to be clear weather when I did all the weather research, but a cold front came in, as you know, because now it's cold outside. And it brought rain with it. So it rained the night before we got there, and then all the ground was wet. So we got there. We had to carry everything down a ridiculously steep hill. She started setting up the tent. It's getting dark. I started chopping some firewood. It was all soaking wet. I'm trying to light a fire with soaking wet.
How'd that go?
Soaking wet sticks. I didn't bring anything but a torch to light it with. So, like, I'm just sitting there burning through a whole container of propane. Like, please catch fire. I just want to grill this pork chop I brought with me. I'm so hungry. I am so hungry right now. I'm just staring at this fire. I ended up getting a little baby fire going and making myself a sandwich for dinner, or having my fiance made me a sandwich because she's a wonderful lady. But and yeah, so it ended up being kind of romantic. We sat out, not kind of. It ended up being pretty romantic. We sat out. We looked at the stars. She cried a little bit because she had never seen the stars so clear, which was nice and sweet. And we talked about how much we loved each other. Aw. And then the air mattress, she's gonna hate this part, but the dog popped it, and so it just kept deflating throughout the night. And I was like, all right, well, we'll go into town tomorrow and we'll just buy one at Walmart, send this one back to Amazon, whatever, it's no big deal. But then like 3:00 in the morning rolls around and I wake up to a very distinct noise of rain. And it had been dark when we were setting up, so we hadn't put the rain cover on the tent. So the rain was coming through the mesh top of the tent that was made for air and like viewing of the stars and stuff, but not to stop rainwater. And so the inside of the tent's getting soaked. My fiance went out and started bringing stuff in, and we were putting the roof on the tent and stuff. And then and the air mattress just kept deflating. And I woke up in the morning basically on the ground, soaking wet, my phone and watch wet, everything wet. And I looked around and I was like, well, we're packing up and we're going home. I was like, that's it. We'll go to Asheville. So we went to Asheville. We spent a very large amount of money. But I got to say, Asheville is gorgeous.
I love Asheville.
Yeah.
Are the leaves like changed up there?
They're changing a little bit. The drought has affected that. North Carolina's been in a bit of a drought recently. Just a second. How are we doing on time? Are we good?
Yeah, just.
All right. Yeah. I know we got another podcast to do. I was just making sure we're good on time. Because now we're recording on SD cards. We're fancy over here. But anyways, yeah, the leaves are starting to change a little bit, but the drought's affected that. So it was more brown than like the traditional yellow and gold and red, but it was still very pretty. There was no viewing, unfortunately, from any of the mountains because it was a cloud cover. So the 2 days we were there, we drove into Asheville and we got ourselves a Best Western, which was $200 a night.
Best Western?
Guess what an Econo Lodge was? $175. I have stayed in an Econo Lodge before for $54 a night, and they wanted $175 for that in the mountains just because it's the mountains. But anyways, I digress. So we stayed at our Best Western. The next night was only $90 because it was a weeknight, which is stupid. But we stayed at a Best Western. We had a fabulous meal. Then the next day we got up. We called around to a couple of the mountains nearby that offered great viewing of the local area. But unfortunately it was cloudy. And she's recently been into plants, my fiance. She's been like rescuing plants from Walmart that are in the clearance section, taking them home and nursing them back to life. She's so cute. I love her. But so I looked up the Arboretum because I was like, well, it doesn't need to be sunny out to look at pretty flowers. And so we went to the Arboretum, and me being a photographer, that afforded me some fabulous opportunities to take great pictures. Follow me at JohnSullivan20 on Instagram if you want to take a gander at some of them. But yeah, and we had a great time. It was also my birthday. I failed to mention that, but that's why we went.
Happy late birthday.
Thank you. I'm 23. And
Congratulations.
thank you. I've made it.
Do you like it?
It's my Jordan year.
You like 23 so far?
It fits well. Yeah.
I'm 23. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I got another year.
What, you 22?
Turned 22 last month.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday, Andre.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like it. I think I like it. Only thing is, you know, I got 2 years till I can rent a car still. That's like the next milestone. You got to be 25 to rent a car. After 21, there's like no real limits to what you can do except for renting cars, apparently.
Are you getting a new car?
That's the thing. That's the next thing we're going to talk about, because I love my Subaru Outback. So my uncle passed last year from cancer, and he left me a 2011 Subaru Outback, base model, but still all-wheel drive like every Subaru, has a rear view camera, all sorts of things that I love about it. But it is the base model, which means it has a 2.1 liter engine, or a 2.4 liter, I think. No, it's a 2.5i base engine, 4-cylinder, 2.5 liter engine. It doesn't have a tow hook. It doesn't have the 6-cylinder engine, obviously, but it's still all-wheel drive. It handled itself really well on the back mountain roads, but it lacks a little of the power I want, and eventually my fiance and I want to get a small boat, and to do that, I'll need a trailer hitch somewhere that I can tow it. And so I've been looking recently, because I know that I'll take the spirit of my uncle with me, because he bought the car because it fit his needs. He just needed a bigger car because he had huge TVs that he needed to transport. That's literally the bachelor life. That's the bachelor life. You buy a bigger car because you need to transport your big TVs. So, and he left that to me because he wanted to leave me his Honda, but I didn't fit in it. and so he left me his Outback. But anyways, I know I'm going to bring the spirit of him with it. I'm going to bring the pictures, all the little things that he left me that were inside the car with me into whatever new car I bring in his spirit. But I've been researching. I like the 2001 body style of the Outbacks a lot. I found one that's only 20,000 miles more than my current car, 2 owners, no accidents, full service record. Impeccable. It's a LL Bean edition, which means it's all leather interior, wood. It looks amazing. It's nearly mint condition because it was 2 old people that owned it. And it's never seen a track or anything before, like a dirt road or anything like that. So I want to get that car. I want to sell my current car for about $6,500, then go into the dealership and offer them $3,500 for that LL Bean edition 2001 Subaru. Then take that remaining $2,000, $2,500, however much I have left, and turn it into the ultimate camping mobile. Because my fiance and I really loved our one night of camping, and we want to travel like desperately, but you have to be 25 to rent a car anywhere you go. We both have 2 more years until that's the case for us. So for those next 2 years, anywhere we want to go, we're going to probably have to drive unless we want to spend a ridiculous amount on cabs and Ubers when we land. And so I'm thinking the Outback is the perfect base model for that. It's got a big enough back that if you lay down the seats, you can sleep in there if it's raining or cold. It's got room for Charlie. I could put a roof rack on it, bring all our stuff along with us, keep it all nice and dry, and it would have the 3-cylinder engine to also tow a boat if we want to do that. So I really think I'm strongly considering it. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, obviously. I talked to my dad about it because it was his brother's car, but and he doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings either. But you know, I mean, I've owned it for a year, and I'm just looking forward to the future with my fiance. And it fit my uncle's base needs wonderfully, and it's fit my needs for a year now wonderfully. But looking forward at what I've started to become my other hobbies now. Now that I'm finished with lacrosse, what are my other hobbies? I need something that's a little different. So I'm looking into that, and I'm probably going to go test drive that car like tomorrow or something, because I got a real bee in my bonnet right now.
Well, then you'll have to update us.
I will.
Pod.
And the only thing about this car that I want to change currently, if I was to do this and buy it, is it has a very old radio, because it's from 2001. So it has like the CD changer as well as the
heck
little.
Yeah, I would
as well
leave
as,
it.
Well, no, so it looks really retro, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that out and keep it, because there's no reason to sell it. I wouldn't sell it. I would keep it just in case I ever want to go back to that. But then I'm going to put in like a nice display and a nice like heating and air conditioning unit some buttons that really fit with the look of the car because it's wood grain and really nice and pretty inside. And but just something to make it more modern so that I can connect my phone and charge and listen to music and that kind of thing. Just something to step it up a little bit on the interior, because other than that, it has the engine I want, it has all the options I would want, and it's the LL Bean edition, which means it's got the leather interior and the wood grain. And as everyone knows, you know, all you got to do is grip grain. I just want to grip grain. That's it. Thank you. All right. Well, so
Definitely update us.
Oh, I'm going
it's
to.
Exciting. Gosh, you have so many exciting things in your life.
I'm just, you know, I've been antsy recently, and it's not like I'm unhappy. I've just been interested in
If you can do it.
in shaping my life
Why
in a
not
certain way. Yeah, I'm just trying to shape my life in a certain way, and I'm getting close to graduation.
Mm-hmm.
I found out I don't graduate at the end of this year like I thought I did. I graduate at the end of the first summer semester. I'll have to take one more class. I'll have to take one more class and do an
One more
internship.
class. Oh, yeah.
So I'll take one class and do an internship over the summer, then I'm done. I'm done with this school. I'm out of here. Deuces, new house. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to miss you. You too, Dr. Otis. All right. But I think that's all we had for today on Peace Pop. I'm going to let Andre close us out because he has a beautiful way of doing it.
And as always, if you like what you have listened to today, check us out at the Peace Times on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and wherever you get your news and podcasting needs from us at. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, and other places like YouTube and anywhere else you want to get podcasts that we are available. So this is the end of Peace Pop, and peace out.